Okay, so first thing about chapter 3, form 4, right? What will we learn? This is the learning objective part. So this topic name is system of equations. So why they call it system of equations is because there's more than one equation you need to solve. That is obvious. This is not like the lower form maths where you have only two equations to solve. Now we can go up to three equations in this chapter. And so what we will learn is system of linear equation. So if I say linear equation, can any one of you give me an example, like a random equation, linear equation? Like Ishan also can type in the chat box any equation you like. You also can tell your own. Y equals mx plus c form.
You guys can say like 2x plus y equals to 4.
Yeah, Aldip is correct. Okay. Aldip say 2x plus y equals 4.
Boon,
How
what you
about
say,
ours?
Boon? You say 1 4 over 3 or right? You put pecahan on.
Same lah, either pecahan or what whole number is the same.
Yeah, true.
No
Pecahan is like
difference.
pain in the
Ours, what you want to give? What equation?
I can't think.
You can say x
Any
plus y
equation?
equals to 2.
Yeah, can correct. Okay. And now left you only.
Okay.
You can look at the pattern of how they answer, then you can
Or you can
create
put
your
like
own one.
any, or you can put any variable front of the x. Like you can put any
Yeah.
number in front of x. Like you want to put 2x plus 4y equals to 8 also can. Or
Yeah.
anything you want to put, you can say.
Oh, this one.
Okay, so that's
3x
what I'll
plus
give for all us last. Okay, now mind.
Now, how
3x
do you
plus y. Yeah, okay, good. 3x plus y equals 8. So yeah, so all of you understand already what is a linear equation. So if they say equation means there's always an equal sign. Inequality, you'll have this kind of signs. That's why it's called inequality. This one equation means both sides must be equal. So in this chapter, we are doing three variables, no more two variables like your lower forms. So this next you will learn is simultaneous equation involving one linear. Simultaneous means we solve it serentak, means like one shot. We solve all the three equations. And then the next concept is equation and non-linear equation. So if non-linear equation, any of you can give example, like the same type of equation. How did you also can do?
Easy lah, 2x squared plus y equals to 4.
Huh?
2x squared plus y equals to 4.
Yeah, very good. So others? So why Aldip said this is non-linear is because of the power 2. This will form quadratic.
Normally, guys, in the lower form, when we all study time, and they ask about the difference at the Ishan. If it's linear means it'll be like x in power of 1 only. But if it's non-linear means it'll be x in power of 2 or 3 or 4. Because when we say linear means it's like a straight line, you know. A straight line don't have its squares, y, or like that. If it's square all, it will make the graph different shape already. Like
Yeah.
x squared plus y, you make the graph curve, right?
Yeah, correct. Because the values will either increase or decrease exponentially. Because square means you're doubling up the value. If only x means there's a constant pattern. That's why you get one straight line. That's why the other one is curve. Means you decrease rapidly or increase rapidly. So powers, what equation can you come up with? Doesn't mean it has to be only quadratic. You know, it can be a lot of things.
3x squared plus 2y
Come on.
equals to 18.
Okay, good. Yeah, that is correct. And then Ishan?
Five x squared plus 1 equals 7.
Okay, good. So yeah, all of you went for the same type of quadratic. Means what you're changing here is the coefficient number. This is what you call coefficient. Something in front of a variable. You put a number in front of that. That is the coefficient of x squared. So yeah, this is the three things you learn. So you already know the basics. And then the keywords in this chapter you'll always see is system of equations. And that's what I explained just now. Variable. Who can give example of variables?
Easy guys, just say X, Y.
The X
Yeah.
one.
Okay, Aldi got it. I think there's nothing else. Like, yeah, this is about it. Variable, there's nothing. Linear equation you all gave, non-linear equation done. Okay, so then these are the three
Normally, guys,
methods.
variables are like things you don't know. Like let's just say the today budget. So we don't know what is the increase of the budget. So we don't know what's the price of the egg in next year. So we put as X, and we don't know the price of the chicken next year. So we put as Y because we don't know the value. So we have to find the value.
So,
Today
yeah.
budget, right, Boon? Open the TV
Hmm.
lah. Today budget.
Yeah?
Today budget.
Why are you asking budget?
Today budget.
Oh. Okay, so these are the three methods. Elimination, substitution, and graphical. This is the one I told you. So basically, in this chapter, we'll only apply elimination and substitution. Graphical is usually for two variables only to find the point of intersection. If you want to draw, this chapter there's three equation, right? If you want to use graphical, it's going to be a bit complicated because you have to draw three separate graphs in one graph paper. Then you find where it intersects. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Cannot because there's only two axes. Right? We don't have three axes in the graph. So this is out. So we only practice on elimination and substitution here. So I guess you all know, right, what is elimination, substitution. Aldi already taught. So that one we'll see to the questions, but that's how we apply it. So if we go straight to the summary of chapter 3, right? We jump straight away. We skip everything. So system of equations. It involves system of linear equations in three variables. This is what we are learning now. The form 4, chapter 3. And this is what you learn in your lower form, but they actually bring it here. Linear and non-linear, how to solve simultaneous, two equations only. So this is where you apply your substitution elimination into here. And then this linear of equation in three variable can only be solved using elimination and substitution. Only these two. This is what exam might ask, but usually the question is open. Just solve it. So types of solutions are this the one. Usually sometimes the questions can also ask what is the type of solution for the what question they ask to solve. So one of it is infinite solution. One is one solution. One solution is the normal one we do. You get x equals what, y equals what, z equals what. Let's say 8, 2, 4. So you get a number, a different number for each variable. Then you have no solution. So one of it is 0 equals to 0. And another one is you have a number like 5 equals to 5. So this is what infinite solution and no solution means. I think infinite is the 0 equals to 0 and no is 5 equals 5. I might be wrong on this. Maybe this is how it is. So for non-linear equation, there's three methods: elimination, substitution, and graphical. So yeah, this is basically the summary of this whole chapter.
Guys, the one I taught you all, the elimination and substitution, right? If there are three variables, right, we have to use elimination and substitution. If there's two variables, the x and y, we can do it in the graph also. Like you to get the x and y, then the value, you use a graph, You want me to show you all how to get that in with the graph?
Only they consume time.
Oh, okay. But
Later
I
it's
give
not
a short thing. Normally, when you draw a graph, you see when two lines intersect means you can get the answer. Like let's just say y equals to x plus 2 graph and y equals to what you say another value. So when they intersect, you can get the x value already. And then you can substitute the x value instead of y. So wherever the point of intersection is the answer. So you can substitute in the equation straight away instead of doing the substitution and elimination.
Yeah, very true. But usually exam you don't see this graphical method. They don't ask usually in maths.
Now maths only, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
what's the intersection that one you're saying?
Oh, okay, easy. When you draw a graph,
I can show you the easier.
you sure I can show also my place?
Yeah, I can show. I just draw a random graph. So
Okay.
let's
So
say
what Boon is doing, Aishan, is he'll be drawing two lines. So Boon, you're drawing two lines, right?
yeah, then
Okay. So the point of intersection there, you can see where the two lines are connected there. You can see the point of intersection. So that is where you can get your x value answer.
This is a simple kind of graph lah. So the
You can
point
get
of
the X and Y.
intersection is this XY lah. Because
Because-
here it's on the X, here's Y.
Just imagine, Ishan, like you and one boy, both of you all are very different, but you all like one similarity. You all like ice cream. So the point of intersection is the ice cream. So the answer is finding what is the X value and Y value. That is what is the common between you all. So the ice cream will be X and Y. So it's easy like that. Wherever you can find the point intersection, okay, when you draw a graph where you find the point intersection, there over there, the coordinate will be the answer. That the X and Y will be the answer. So you
Yeah.
no need to use the elimination and substitution.
Just find the similarity, then can get there lah.
The similarity is where the point of intersection.
Okay.
I think this one is okay. Yeah, because usually you won't have to find the point of intersection. It's usually to solving method only. So don't have to worry too much on it. So yeah. So now I will just brief like very quickly lah about chapter 3 based on your textbook lah. Because usually the teachers don't use the textbook that often. So I want to see lah what they say. Because sometimes textbook is also quite useful. Some questions can actually come out from there, so you never know. So let me see which is useful. This is the definition. Let's say I have three equations like this. 2z equals 13. 2x plus 2y plus z equals to 17. 3x plus 3y plus 2z equals 27. So all these, let me give you the question. Ask directly a question. So let's see. So determine whether these linear equations form a system of equation in three variables. So it's either yes or no. So based on these three equations, you can tell yes or no whether it forms a system of equation in three variables.
This one form, guys. Forms, right, Bowen?
Huh?
This one forms the equation, right? Because got x, y, and z value.
No, just yes or no, the answer based
The
on the
answer is yes.
equations here. What do you say, Aldi? Yes or no?
I feel yes. What do you say, Bowen?
Yeah, yes, correct. It's a yes. So
it's because of the x and y and z value.
yeah, because they say system of equation. Well, system of equation means at least more than one equation, I will say. Greater than, not equal, greater than.
Bowen lah, with the takrif all.
Doing English lesson now. So three variables, right? So then you have your three variables x, y, z, x, y, z, x, y, z. So that's why it's a yes. If they only give like
So
two
it's
variables,
more
then
than-
it won't apply.
So it's more than one variable, or it has to be more than two?
Because they say three variables, so it has to be three.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah, so that's it. Usually it's three variables in this chapter. Sometimes only two. So usually you'll solve questions with three variables. So yeah, that's the first page of the chapter.
Thank you, brother.
No problem.
Yeah, Bowen, what's the next topic?
Yeah, wait, coming. We'll do questions very soon, chapter 3.
Alright.
That one is from our exam paper, so yeah, so a bit confidential. So
Right. Wait, our trials paper.
no, not trials. Our exam, full exam.
Wait, you got the school exam paper?
Why? They
For
gave back
trials.
what?
Oh, I thought the trials.
How is TBY didn't give back, you know?
Recording. Okay, so this part is three variables as three axes. This is why I mentioned. That's why you cannot use your graphical method. Because graphical method means you have to draw three axes, which we haven't learned.
I got something to tell, Labu. I mean, you saying these things, right? But if you learn in physics, you can find the gradient and all those. So can we find the gradient of one of the z value as the gradient or x or y? The y will be the y value, but the x will be the x value. And then next to the x value must be the z value.
You're asking me.
Like you can use it with the y is the mx or c value, you know. With the
But
three
usually
values.
we don't form a line connecting like three variables. Haven't seen that word.
But you give me a motivation. I will try to find it.
You search Google lah, any YouTube videos that might show you. That one's definitely higher level.
Okay, wait, let me try. You give me the equations, so let me try. Then I'll see whether I can give you.
Just use your normal equation like 2x plus 3y plus 4z equals, let's say, 10. Something like this.
Okay, now I'm gonna try.
So for the rest of you, let's see. Every linear equation in two variables forms a straight line. Because this is only two variables and it's power 1 and it's a linear equation.
Boon,
Line,
put
this
it to be some more, two more equations.
Why you want some?
You can give some more so I can try to solve it with the graph.
That one you find later. That is for your relaxing time. That's extra knowledge.
Oh, sorry.
So let's see. Linear equation in two variables. This is what you gave. This is the general form. Ax plus by equals to c. So this is what you gave me just now. So this is how the graph looks like. If I put y-axis here, x-axis here, this is how the graph goes. Ax plus by is c. So let's see. So there's three planes, right? This is why this is the three axes. This is the third axis that you don't see. I think like something like physics or like the Fleming right-hand rule, use three like this, right? How to show? Like this.
The Fleming's left hand rule, the middle finger will be the force.
Yeah.
The up finger will be the the middle finger is the magnet.
Yeah.
Then the up finger is the point
Thumb
of
is the
the.
Yeah.
Thumb is the.
Then the pointer finger is the magnet.
Something like this. It can be used here. Because you see, this is a 3D form. You have 90-degree here and 90-degree here. So your three fingers here actually form a three-dimensional form like this. That's the imagination you have to use. So this is how the triangle forms. This is Z, Y, X. So this is how the triangle looks like. If you use three axes, this is how it will come based on the book. So that one all is just this thing, theory. This is the type of solution thing. They explained it here. This is a good one. Type of solution actually rarely you need to know, but just to remember something. Usually the question will always be one solution only. Means you just get your values. So let's see this. One solution means planes intersect at one point. Makes sense, that's why they call it one solution. Whereas if it's infinite solutions, means the planes intersect along the straight line. I think if you know your tangent graph, right, this is like an example. You learn in your trigonometric functions. Tangent graph, right, it goes something like this. Like this, like this, like this, and then like this. So in this middle point here, the line won't touch. This is why they call it infinity. Means the line will keep on going up like this, but won't touch the 90-degree here. Because when you type your 90-degree tangent in calculator, you get maths error, right? That's why maths error is infinity. Don't have a value for it. So yeah, this is what you'll learn later, more detail in trigonometric functions. So back to this. If no solution means it does not intersect at any point. That's why they call it no solution. That means you cannot solve it at any point. Okay, so this is the idea for this. And then let me see. Simultaneous equation in two variables. There's another unique thing here. I think we learned this in lower form. They put it on the side notes. So two variables intersecting, they call it unique solution. This is for 2 variables only. Don't get mixed up with the 3 variables. I don't know why they call it unique solution, but that's the name. And then if it's parallel no solution, this is quite understandable. Because if you draw 2 parallel lines, right? Let's just say I draw one line like this, another line like this. If I continue drawing, extending this line, they will never intersect. What? Because it's parallel, means you'll continue going like this. That's why they call it no solution. If solution means you have to at least have an intersection. That's the key. At least one, I would say. Here you cannot even intersect at all. That's why none. And then overlapping. This one more complicated. But overlapping means it's infinite. This is what we used just now. Infinite solutions. Overlapping means there is an intersection. That's why, but it's too many because you keep on overlap with one another. So yeah, that's infinite. It's not too important. It's more theoretical of this, not the questions yet. Now the questions will come. So now you apply. Aldeep, okay, right?
Yes, bro, and I'm analyzing how to do the graph equation for just now. So what are we up to right now?
Finishing already. Now is the summary. Summary I done already. But wait, let me see anything.
With the summary, the essay. This conclusion. Where your pendalaman, bukan? Your pendalaman, give yourself. Deduct mark now.
This is a good example of a graph they show in the textbook. I think Ishan now will understand what is intersection actually. It's a good example.
Let's all give a round of applause for Bhuvan because look at his shirt he's more semangat Let's go.
Why Hobbes got question
No, we're giving because you're wearing shirt or you're very semangat. You should be our teacher.
Why?
Exactly. They should applaud you in the school.
They won't lah.
Never mind, we will talk to the teacher.
You try.
Teacher Boon. There will be a consultation or sat in the cell or bio.
Then Ishan, I think you will understand now with this what is intersection. There are 2 graphs here, one curve like this and another one straight. So you see the point here, this point and this point. There's an intersection here and there's an intersection here. So this is what we call intersection. In this case, there's 2 intersections. So when a line meets another line, that's what you call intersection. So I think you understand. And this will have a value of its own. Let's say x1, y1, x2, y2. Why I say it's x1, y1, x2, y2? Because this coordinate is from the x-axis and you can get the value from the y-axis. So that's how you form a coordinate. It's like this. You get 2 values here. So this is x1, y1. So that's why the result coordinate you get is x1, y1. And then x2, y2. So the result coordinate x2, y2. So this is in. Yeah, that is for the chapter. Chapter 3 done already. Yeah. So now it's questions only, no? Aldi, this one you want to try the questions. You can try to solve also.
Let me share my screen. Can you send the question? I can. Alright. Alright.
This one okay lah. This question I will say is moderate. From our exam in Form 4 end year. So the question is like this.
What is the question about?
Wait, I'll send in the group also, just in case. Okay, if I send the group, I need to write all this. I just write the important info. So they say one fella bought 3 packets of colored paper. And then 2 boxes of crayon and big piece of mounting board. So when they never mention a number in front of here means you have to assume it's one lah. They say big piece of mounting board means it's one. So that's why you see when you notice there are three items means you're already going to apply your factor three variables you want to find. So that is the concept. Then they said V naught bought 4 color paper, then 3 crayon, and 2 mounting board. This is for RM56. This is for RM77. And one more fudgely. 6 of this, 4 of this. Oh, this one only 2 variables. Oh. So this one a bit special. This question, right, is not all 3 variables. The first 2 is 3 variables. The third one is 2 variables only. So they say find unique price of each item.
Alright, Bowen, can you send the photo?
Sending now.
Alright.
The total marks here is 8 marks. Like usually this chapter, right, will always be 8 marks. So later also on the board where the marks are coming from. I send the question now. So Aldip will show for you how to solve it.
Alright, guys, can you see my screen?
Yeah, can.
Alright, Bowen,
Yeah.
first time. I only hear Abu Dhabi, then I only hear one more is box of candy.
I think you just explain the concept, like you need to solve like one by one, or else you'll go very long. Like you do all.
Don't worry, I'll do it fast and furious.
Yeah. I send in the group lah, easier, everyone can see.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, guys, they say James, Vino, and Fazli bought an item for the class decoration. James bought 3 packets of color paper. So, color paper now, I call it CP, I say it X, okay? And then boxes of crayons, okay? BC, okay? BC, I say as Y, okay? And then big piece of mounting board, MB, I say as Z. You understand, right? Why I do that? Alright. Isha, understand, right? The CP is color papers. The BC is boxes of crayons, and MB is the Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. So we already know all this already. We already named the variables. Okay, that's the first step. Then we reread the question again. So now, James, we know Fazli bought item. Okay, James bought 3 packets of color paper, 2 boxes of crayons, and big piece of mounting board for RM56. So that means James, he bought 3 packets of color paper, 3x, okay,
3x.
3x plus with how many? He has 2
56.
boxes after that. 2 boxes, so 2y. After
2y.
that, after the box again, a big piece of mounting board, a big piece of
Yeah.
1 only. So plus
One,
with
no.
Z. Then you get altogether 56. Okay, that is your first equation. Alright, this is your first equation. The second equation, we know about 4 packets of color paper. 4 color paper, so that means 4x plus with 3 boxes of crayon, so 3y.
3y.
Then after 2 big pieces of multi-board, so
2z.
2z equals to
Equals 56.
77.
77 or 56.
So 56 was the earlier one. That one was James one. Now we're talking about Vinod. Vinod was my old friend, no? I miss him. Okay, so now, okay. Fazli bought, now Fazli come already. Fazli, he bought 3 pieces of color paper, so 5x. 4 boxes of crayon, 4y.
4y.
Then after that, 4 boxes of crayons. That's all only. So equals to altogether 110. So this is your third equation.
Wait, how you got the 110? Is it in the question?
In the question, because the last word is there, Fazli bought 6
Wait, that one
packets.
is 6x.
Oh yes, sorry. Hey, thank you, remind me. Boon, what are you doing now, Boon?
No, I'm showing my working. So later I show them where the marks are coming.
Alright. So 6x. Okay. Now from this equation, now which will be easier? I ask you, which will be easier for
The
me
third
to...
one.
Let's go. So from 3, I want to make as A. Okay. How will I start? I want to do substitution method lah. So what do you think which method will be easier for you? Substitution, right? Because it's these are 2 variables, right?
Yeah.
So 6x equals to 110 minus
110.
4y.
4y.
So x equals to 110 divided with 610 minus with 4y divided by 6.
Divided with 610.
Divide 110 minus 4y divided by 6.
Okay.
So this is your A equation. So now what must I do with A now?
Substitute it with the first and second equation.
Let's go. Okay. So we take A, we sub into
First equation.
first equation. So so what we do is the first equation 3x. So 110 minus 4y
40
over
over 6.
over 6. Okay, bracket
Bracket
plus 2y equals to z.
plus
So 2y plus z, you get 56.
56.
Yeah.
Okay, 56.
Uh-huh.
All right. So now, now I want to teach you a simple method now. Okay, how I want to make it easier now? Okay,
The
3,
3,
I
you can
cut with
minus
this.
the 2 for
No, because
divide
3
with 6
here
first. Okay,
is
sorry, sorry.
3 is the factor of 6, what? Remember 3
Yeah,
times 2
yeah,
is 6, right?
yeah.
So what I'll get?
Get 2.
110 minus 4y divided by 2.
2.
2.
Okay, plus 2y plus z, you get
56.
56. Okay, now 110 divided by minus 4y divided by 2, you get?
Calculator lu.
No, don't use calculator, you can use mental. Okay,
Mental.
so 110 you divided by
Only
2, you
mental
get?
fellas lah.
50.
Deep can do.
55 minus 2y.
See, the 110 when you divide 2, you get 55. Because 55 plus 55, you get 110.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand, Aishan? Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
You understand, Horace?
Yeah.
So the answer is 55 minus 4y.
2y.
Oh, 2y. Oh, yeah, divide both. Okay, yeah.
So plus 2y equals to plus z equals to 56.
56.
Okay.
Now the 2y can minus with the 2y already lah.
So we come out already. So you get z
50.
equals to 1.
Z
Hey,
equals
Bowen,
to 1.
the first equation I got z equals to 1, Bowen.
Z is your what? Correct, lah. C is 1.
Oh, C is 1. Okay.
Correct.
Now z equal 1. What I do is I can use this one as A lah. Okay. Oh, Bowen. So okay, now Bowen, I want to ask your advice, Bowen. I already got z equals to 1. In the
Yeah.
real substitution method, we need 2 equations, then we can substitute each other, right? So when I have already one equation and the other equation I now find, but I got the z1 variable here, what must I do?
Did you like take one equation what y equals to something z? You do that earlier?
Yeah, I did that. So we substitute inside.
The one you did x in terms of
X
y.
and y. Maybe I must make from no lah.
Now I show my method lah. Then you see I did one.
Wait. Let me think. Okay. I got it already. Okay. So now we already got the A equation, right? So we can take is okay. Wait. To getting the idea. Using my elimination, Abun.
I use, let me see. Yeah, elimination.
No wonder. Okay, substitution here I got a problem already. Okay, so we already got z value already. Okay, so now as we said, we must make another equation. So we know A already. So this z value where we can substitute. We can substitute
The
in the
second equation.
equation. So equals to 4x
Bracket.
plus with the after that in my bracket. So 3y
3y.
then plus with the z here is 2z. So 2 times
2z.
with 2 1. You get what you get is equals to 77.
7.
Okay, so you will get altogether 4x plus 3y equals to 75. So I can make this as equation D. Okay.
How you get 75?
Okay, how? Okay, what I did was I take the 2 here, you goes here, this side you get 77 minus 2, you get 75.
Minus 2. Oh, okay.
Over there. So now what I can do is, since I got here this x value, I can take this x value, right? I can go and substitute in this equation here. Okay. So what I did is for 1110 minus 4y over with the 6, then plus 2y.
Now you're substituting the Z1 and A.
Because this one special case lah. Because the earlier equations we all do, right, Ishan? Remember the earlier equations we do? They won't come to
Uh,
one variable already for A. They'll come with two variables. Then we have to use the
okay.
B to substitute in the A, or the A substitute in the B. So this time they come in one variable. So this time we have to find something that can substitute inside lah. So now 4 times 110, you get 440. 440 minus v 16y over v 6 plus v2y.
Come on,
plus
Dave,
v.
faster.
The z is 1, correct? Equals to, wait, wait.
Can.
So we times is 6 all of it. Now remember I told you in Indiana Jones story?
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
times is 6 all of this. So you get 440 minus with 16y, okay, plus with 12y, alright, plus
You
with,
times
here,
if 56 times by 6 you get 440.
okay, it's
Oh,
like that.
okay.
56 times with 6, Boon, you go calculator, Boon.
56 times 6, 336.
336, alright, thank you, Bhavan. We get 336, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now we take here, we can
The
go,
other wait, why how we get the 440?
okay. What I did is I times 6 all of it.
You times which one with 6?
Okay, I times with the 440 minus 16y over 6 times with 6. Because once you times with 6, the down one will connect out already. What? I remember I told you the story.
But how from the up above one, right? 4 bracket 110 minus y 4y over 6. How you
Okay,
got the 440?
okay, like that. So, up here. I think
Yeah.
it times here lah.
Oh, not divide with 6 other one.
No,
You can
no.
cancel
You
also
can
if you
cancel
want.
off also, or you can just times on top. Because just now, if lah, just now, if I bring the filler up here, I can still divide with 6, I get 55. What? 330
Oh,
divided by 6, you get 55 still.
okay.
Alright. So now we come into another step. Okay. Now 440, 336 minus 44, Boon,
Why?
negative 4y. Boon, 336 minus 44, you get what? 114, right? Negative 114, right?
Wait.
Okay. Negative 114
Wait, it
minus,
might not be 114. Wait, I check first.
alright.
336 minus 440. Negative 104.
Oh, yes,
104.
So far, correct, right, Boon, I think.
Yeah, correct.
You sure?
Yeah, see whether you can get the answer.
Okay. Minus with 110.
Wait. Yeah, 27.5.
Boon, looks like substitution cannot lah.
Yeah, I think better not try elimination. I show my one.
Alright, guys, so substitution out already. So, but then we got one value from there lah. So in the elimination, easier for you to substitute the time lah. But now you look into Bowen's case. Okay, wait ah.
Yeah. Or you can stop sharing. Then the
Alright.
screen will come bigger.
Ishan, sorry, because just now Ishan horror, sorry, because just now when like just now value I cannot get the answer already. I get one daughter value all that means that question you cannot do substitution. You have to do elimination. What the hell is this?
What's that?
Substitution elimination.
So if you cannot do substitution, then you have to do elimination. Like this time I can't do substitution at all for this question.
No, but how do I identify which one I can substitute, which one I must eliminate?
Oh, like just now, when you get an odd number like 44 over 7, but instead the earlier number you got round-off number like 2, 3. So the other answer you get like 44 over 7, so it shows wrong. But if you want to know whether you did it correctly or not, you can take all the values you got and you put it in one of the equation. If you can't get the answer, means that means the substitution cannot. And even
Okay.
animation, if you can't get the answer, like you substitute all the values you get from the animation, and you substitute this one, you cannot get the answer, means animation cannot. So it depends on.
And one more thing, if you realize, right, you see the third equation you got, right, it's only two variables. So maybe that's why the substitution cannot work. All must have three variables, then only can. That's one more key. Wait, I put charger. Hold on, huh? So far, I must pull the laptop.
This is live, Mike.
Lucky this thing never go off. Okay. Wait, so what that's why I said just now we can't use that method. So what we have to do is now we have to think of elimination because of these two variables thing. It's an odd question. Should use elimination. So you just choose from one equation. You can only choose from these two because you see these two has three variables. So you take out the single term. You see, single term is easier to substitute later. See, there's only one single term here. So you put that into the second one. You cannot put back into the first one because you got it from number one. So yeah, you substitute it, then you do your normal algebra. You will form your fifth equation. So from your fifth equation, you realize there's only two variables. So you see the third equation that Aldeep showed just now, there's also two variables there. This is your elimination. So it comes directly at it. So you can eliminate one of it, 4b and 4b. But you have to times this fifth equation by 4. Then you notice you can eliminate 4 and 4b. You'll get nothing. Then you'll find your a value is 15. And then you substitute your a value into the fifth equation, this one, the one you got from when you substituted the c value into the second equation, you will get b is 5. Then you just choose anything you want to substitute, either into 1 or 2 to get your c. So right now I snap picture because you might not be able to see right the board. Already?
Yes, Boon, are you sure you're in the real world? Like your camera, like your wallpaper down behind.
Wallpaper?
Ah.
Also?
Wait, I come back.
Wait, I snap this on and send. Now you can refer where the marks are being located at. Okay. So you see, right, the first mark is actually going to, when you form these three equations already, you already get 3 marks in your hand. So make sure this part is correct. This is the most important part of this chapter. So if you form the one wrong, then all these won't have marks already because everything will get different. So your this actually might get a mark when you actually express C in terms of A and B. This is a process mark. Process mark is solving the question, solving an equation according to the context of question. So you just process the info given to continue your working. That's one of the marks given. And then finally, when you get your 2a plus b equals 35, you get your fourth mark. This one, because you form an equation. Then when you apply elimination and get a is 15, you'll get your 5th mark. That's the answer. And b is 15, answer another mark. C is 1, another answer, another mark. And this part, right, this is also quite an important part. Marks might come from here. Because when you notice, right, you get A, B, and C value. Do you know what is your A, B, and C actually representing?
Alright, so sorry, just I had to pee.
Where you went?
I went bathroom, babe.
So I asked Ishan or Horace, do you actually know if I say, like, say A is 15, do you know what is 15 actually representing?
A is color paper.
Huh?
A is color paper.
Discount?
Color paper.
Discount
Oh,
paper.
yeah, but what is the
Take from the
quantity?
question je lah.
Quantity.
Yeah. if you don't do this assumption on top, like price of one colored paper equals A, all this. If you don't write this, then the examiner won't know what is your A, B, and C value. Because you didn't put unit one. When you solve, we no need unit one. So that's why I sent actually that conclusion in the group.
Okay.
So this conclusion is unit price for one colored paper, crayon box, and mounting board, RM15, RM5, and RM10, RM1 respectively. So this respectively word actually means like for each one by one. Means colored paper you match to RM15. Crayon box you match to RM5. Mounting board you match to RM1. That's why you use this word respectively. So when you like phrase it in this way, you need to have this word respectively, or else they won't know what is for what. So that's how you end up to get your marks. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how it goes. Now we will try the hard one. This is the hard level question. I itself say it's hard. It's not that easy. And then the one, the chapter 9 we'll do next week, yeah, because we won't have time already.
Okay.
Then we'll do the basic for the chapter 6 form 1. Okay, so the hard one is actually this one. Wait, let me see. I think we go for form 1 chapter 6 first. The hard one we leave first. Don't want to get you too confused
Form
first.
1 got admits, oh my god.
What?
Form 1 got admits.
Hmm?
Form 1 got admits.
Form 1 maths, not admits. I'm bringing that concept for linear law.
Oh.
From there. That's why I'm doing. I did the form 1 chapter 5 that day, remember? So now it's chapter 6. So the hard question, I leave it first. I don't want to. Maybe you can try later. Send that question, see whether you can solve or not. Then we'll discuss it next week. This one at least we need some time to go through. So from one chapter.
Can we begin the introduction of the chapter 1 from 6? Oh.
Yeah, can. Now
Chapter
we
1 from 6 pula. Form 1 chapter 6.
Form 6.
Alright. Okay, so right. So what is the chapter about, Bhuvan? Laws.
Right first. It's actually the topic is linear equations. That's why you see it's like very closely related to linear law.
Oh, okay.
Because linear law is formed to linear equation. What?
Alright. Guys, you all know how to make graph, alright?
Kinda.
So you all know how to plot graph, all?
Little bit.
Ishan, how about you? Oh no. Alright. Okay, like this. Bhuvan and I gonna show you how to plot a graph. Can I, Bhuvan?
Can.
Alright. So we're gonna teach you how to plot a graph step by step.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Bhuvan, after you write, we can start with the graph question. We'll do a simple graph.
From where you getting the question?
Graph question, there go, right?
What, linear law?
Linear law.
Oh. I explain first this one a bit.
Alright, Mike.
Okay, so this one, form 1 chapter 6, the name of the chapter is linear equations. So as you know, the general form of linear equations is y equals mx plus c. So this is the basic. So what will you learn is what are linear equation in one variable first. Like the simple one, 3x plus 5 equals 8, then you solve. And then you have linear equation in two variables. Two variables means we need to use those methods again. But this time only two variables. Let's say 2x plus y is 8, 3x plus 6y is 12. Then we solve. And then simultaneous equation in two variables. This is the concept. We have to solve this. So these only three objectives here. So I think it'll be quite easy, but just to go through just in case. I think you can start. You can do the plotting first.
All right, guys. So we're gonna do a graph question. Okay, let's okay. There again. That. Okay. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. Now, guys, we're gonna give a value. Okay, Bhuvan, give me a value like any value you want me to plot. Okay, y.
You mean equation,
equation.
You want linear or what?
Yeah, linear.
2x plus y is 8.
2x plus y is 8. Okay, thank you, Bowen. Okay, guys. Now, first thing when you do a graph question is you have to when you see this, you have to rearrange the equation. You have to make y equals to mx plus c, like this form. Okay, this is your first step. So how are you going to make the thing like that? So you here go y. The 2x I bring to there will become what? Minus 2x plus 8. Alright, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So from here I can identify something. One thing you must identify is your gradient. The gradient is negative 2. What about the c-intercept here? It's 8, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Now let's start the value first. What we have to do what we have to do is the second step is we have to make a table. Okay, second step is tabling. So we got x and y value. Okay, now we make a table lah, like that. So what anything you want to begin? You want to start with -1, you gotta start with anything, or I want to start with negative 2 lah. Let's just say -2. So when x equals to -2, what do you get? So you put in the equation minus 2 here, plus with the 8. What do you get? 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 12. Guys, you can understand right from here? Guys?
Ours, okay.
Ishan, okay?
Wait, let me take my calculator.
An easier way is you just put let x equals 0 or let y equals 0. Then you can directly find your graph.
Oh,
Okay.
Ishan, you understand right? This part.
Yeah, this part also can, as long as you have minimum 2 points.
Oh, okay, can, Ishan. Okay, like this, Ishan. Okay, when you get any equation, when they ask you to plot this equation, what you must do is, first step, you have to rearrange the equation. You have to make sure the equation is in y equals to mx plus c form. That is the basic thing. How you know? Okay, it's like that. You arrange lah. Like here, okay, I'll show to you an example. Okay, here we know got y here. So that means our y from here must go front here, must stay here front. And it must be positive y. Because here is positive y. It's like copying something like copying like China copying US the cars.
Oh.
Okay lah, chill. So you have y here. Then here you mx. So mx here got x here what? So the x must be behind of the y. The y equals to mx plus c. So the x 2x here must go over this side here. So will be negative 2x. When positive from that side will go to the other side, become negative 2x. Then the 8 there you remain as 8 because it's still plus c here what? So plus 8 here lah. Because we want to make y as the only one variable there. It's like the one ultimate person there. No one can be next to y. Only the numbers with y. But that one after you that you must divide the numbers after that to make sure y is 1. You got it from here, Ishan?
Actually, this one we will cover more on linear law. That's why I sent those questions right earlier. How you convert a random equation into the form of y equals mx plus c. This is the concept. So yeah, you have many supporting chapters that will make you understand, especially the indices, search, and log. That one you must really know it well.
Alright. Okay, Ishan understand. Okay, brother, now we're gonna come to another step. So we put all this in value inside. So if -1 means you put inside the equation, you get 6. Hey, you get altogether 10. Then when you put 0, you get 8. Okay, then when you put 1 here will be 6. Okay. When you put 2, you get 4. When you put 3, you get 2 left. Because you substitute in the calculator, and you get the value. So now the next step is to draw. Okay. Now the third step is to draw. How to draw? First, in your table, sometimes in the question they will say from scale, they will ask the scale, Okay, but now I don't want to talk about the scale yet because I want to show you the basic first. So here you have to make your equation. You must put your y-axis here and then your x-axis here. Make sure your y-axis and this one got y and labeled, so you can get the marks. and then you must continue with here because there's after that you must continue with here. Because you got negative side one. So you continue from here.
But usually in NMATs, not really we involve the negative side. Like usually it's the first quadrant only. Usually,
But I want to this
yeah.
one. Okay. So when -2 is 12, so -2 is here. Okay, -2 here. So 12 is where? Let's just say 12 is here. So we plot here first, 12. Okay. Then after that, you will have -1. So -1, let's say, is here. And then 10 is here. Where you have? Here. Okay. And then when it's 0, here's 0, it will be 8 here. So will be here. Make sure it's on the line here because it's 0. The x is 0. You all got it?
Yeah.
Ishan got it?
I think it's
Hello.
okay. You can understand.
Can, yeah,
Got
man?
it, got it. Got
Okay,
it,
got
got
it.
it.
All right. So if here's 1, then here's what? How many here?
Catch out a bit.
10, 6,
10, 10. Sorry, 10. Hey,
Sorry,
10
I'm
bro.
like catch out a bit.
No, never
10,
mind.
10.
Okay. All right. Hey, sorry, 6. This one 6, 6. That is
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
Sorry, this is 6 now. Okay, 1 is 6 here. So 6 here will be here. Okay. Then 2 means here, 2 here, right? Okay, here means 4.
4.
So will be here. Then when x is equals to 3, okay, when x is equals to 3, 3 here, you go 2. So will be here. Then what you do the last step, if you draw a straight line terus to here and cut here. Now you can see, right, the c-intercept is 8, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Where is the line hitting? 8, right? Right? The line is sitting at 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got it. This is your graph. See? You understand the Ishan? Can I?
My turn now.
Alright. Okay, Bhuvan lah, going for the boss level lah. No lah, no go deep lah. If I go means gone lah. I have to eat rumput every day.
Stop sharing this.
Oh, alright. You copy already, ah?
Yeah.
Alright, Ishan copy already, ah? Wait, ah.
Oh, your new name already, Adib. You get new name.
Go deep. Bah.
So now, right, so we'll just do one subtopic today. So the subtopic is linear equation in one variable, basic one today. That's the simple one we learn. So what you need to know here is the symbol equals. We always use equal one when we do maths. So actually, what does it mean? To show relationship between two quantities that have the same value. Okay, let me see. That have the same value. So like you see, right, in proving question, they ask you to prove that left-hand side equals right-hand side, right? They ask you like logarithms, they got proving questions, and even trigonometric functions. So let's say like cotangent x plus tangent 2x equals, I just put a random one, like, I don't know how to do this. Secant 2x plus cos 2x. Don't get scared of this, but basically I'm telling you the idea why they use the equal here means to actually show that this equals to this with an appropriate formula. So this is how that's why they use equal here. Means this quantity here is actually the same as this quantity, although they are using different words here in the front, like cotangent, tangent, secant, cosine, like that. So this is the meaning of equals. So this is the simple example. X plus 2 is 5, and then y minus 7 is 11. So yeah, this is equations because there's an equal sign. So let me see. X plus y, okay. So when the power of all the variables is 1, means it's a linear equation. It can also be 6p plus 4q equals 5. This is also linear. because the main concept here is power 1. Anything power 1 means linear. It means it won't increase dramatically, the values. So that's why it's power 1. So yeah, now we do practice. So why now it will determine whether each of the following is linear equation or not. Let's see, okay. This one Aldeep don't answer because this one very basic for you. Give the chance to others.
Alright, brother.
Okay. So let's see. So they ask you to explain whether the following equation is linear equation on one variable. Is it a linear equation in one variable? Is the question. So let me choose an equation. Let's see. Yeah, this one. 2k minus 7 equals k over 3. Is this a linear equation in one variable? Howard and Ishan.
Repeat that again.
2 bracket k minus 7 equals k minus 3. Right? I send the group is here. Then you can see.
Yeah, it's one variable.
Yeah, okay, good. You know already. So I think Howard so agree. The next one I'll ask Howard to answer. So yes. So the what is your reason why you say is yes?
Because there's only k, that's a variable.
Yeah, very good. Because there's only one variable, which is k. What is the power of k?
K's power of k.
What's the power value?
Satu.
Based on this equation, I send
The meaning of unity, Ishan. One.
K square.
One.
Yeah, because
Okay.
power 1. They don't write anything on top here means it's power 1. If just k over 3 like that means it's actually k power 1 over 3. One time only.
The reason why the fellows all never do because in the computer they cannot type the number 1 properly. So they very hard. So they just put like that lah. That's how.
Yeah, it's tough to type the power in the computer.
That's oh no, every question where 1.
Online learning difficulties. Next one, Horace, for you. Y square plus 3y is what equals to 1. Linear or non-linear?
Non-linear.
Okay, good. Non-linear. Reason?
One variable.
No, that's why it's linear. Why non-linear? Why non-linear?
Because it has square.
Yeah,
You got a square thing.
Yeah, because this variable has a square here, right? So that's why it's non-linear.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how you understand linear or non-linear. So this is the way. Hold on,
Boone, have you been to Eiffel Tower? I got a question for you, Boone.
No.
I got a question for you. Is this what is it? This tower, is it an isosceles triangle, scanning triangle, or equilateral triangle? You should scale in. It's scaling two sides is the same, one side, one angle not the same, right?
No, scaling means everything is different. Like,
but you see the tower properly, Boone. See the tower properly from the front.
You will measure the tower not in the first place.
No, I would. I've been measuring Paris Tower since a small kid.
How you measure?
I go take the meter ruler, I climb the thing, take one step.
That's not smart. You must use scale drawing. That's why you
but
learn
yeah,
that.
if you let's just say if you draw the thing let's say a small kid draw the triangle So he would draw like one antenna It's an antenna, what? So the two down there must be the same angle because they want to make the thing balanced. If you say scaling, mean the fellow will fall down, what?
Yeah, too also forces in equilibrium lah.
Ah,
Yeah, good point there actually. So
so
that you can share the weight
architecture.
equally.
It's good. So that means, guys, you all understand about scaling, equilateral, and isosceles triangle.
That one, this not the topic, they out of topic.
But let's add extra lah. Like you all know what is scaling, isosceles, this one?
Nope.
No, okay. Boon, you can show.
Can.
I mean, just show. Like
Yeah.
we want to.
Well, actually, it's in the triangle chapter, but lower form lah. This one.
But never mind, because this is very important now, guys. Because in the questions they will tell you this is an equilateral triangle. This one is in chapter 9 on. It's the kickoff to chapter 9. Sorry, Abuana.
Yeah, it's okay. So let's say I give a triangle like this lah. Now, if these two lengths are the same, let me assume, means we will put like a dash here on this. This means it's isosceles. Means both lengths are the same. The kaki lah. This in PM is called segitiga kaki sama. Makes sense, lah. Because the kaki, you see, this is the kaki, right? Let's say I put a person on top here, the kaki is here, right? A stick man. Yeah? Kaki sama means equal length. So if the lengths here are equal, means automatic angle here also will be equal. Mean this is x degree, this is x degree.
Guys, one more thing to remember how, right? Boon, did you know we studying chemistry about isomers? Huh?
Yeah.
So iso means 2, right?
What iso means?
2, right? 2. If you know that
iso means like, how to tell? Isometry, maybe same lah. I would say
same, right?
Mm.
Okay, so in all those three, the equilateral means, okay, equilateral we take it out. Isomer pula, isosceles triangle. Just imagine iso. Iso means same. So when we have same, right? Abuan say the kaki what? Dua kaki sama, right?
Kaki sama.
Kaki sama, right? That means the two of the person leg is the same. So when we can say both of their legs is the same, that means when they stand on the ground, they will be balanced, right?
Yeah.
So when they are balanced, the angle between the ground and their leg is the same, right? For both legs.
Yeah.
So that's isosceles.
Okay, so now I do for equilateral.
Equilateral.
So equilateral means when you draw a triangle, all these lengths of the sides are the same. Means let's say here 6 cm, means here also 6 cm, here is 6 cm. So if I ask you a question, what will be the angle of all these angles in the triangle, the value? Like Howard or Ishan, do you know?
Guys, it's easy.
Don't tell. Don't tell.
60.
Yeah, very good. 60. So this is
Ishan, you understand how to do?
60, 60, 60.
Yeah.
180.
Because equilateral means equal, all equal.
So let's say scaling. Scaling means all different, nothing much. All these angles are different, x, y, z. Then the lengths also are different because the angle actually affects the length. Angle will show how you bend your line. Let's say like this, it has a small angle, right? But then if I bend the line, if I bend like this, that's a bigger angle. And the length also will change accordingly. So this is how angles change with lengths. There's a relation also there.
I give you another example of equilateral. You all go to Mesir, like the what? What the one? Egypt. Do you all go to Egypt?
Yeah.
No, they
No.
did not as rich as you.
No. Okay, Habibi, listen to me. When you go to
Okay.
Egypt, right, you can see the pyramids, right? They say alien made the thing, right? Right? Okay lah, anything lah. But the architecture are so high class, right? Until today, the pyramids go fall. Any pyramids there go fall.
No, not yet.
Because all the angles when they build are perfectly tepat same. If it's 60 there, it's 60 down there and 60 the other side. Because all the triangles there are equilateral. That's why until today it's so cuckoo. Even got sandstorm or what is still the same. Because the angles are all the same, making stronger. That's why they say the Egypt architecture is the best. So as to remember equilateral, just remember the pyramid of in Mesir.
And also it's a good thing because equilateral starts with E, isn't it? So E and E.
Yeah, Egypt equal.
Yeah. So so now we continue for the linear equation part. So
Alright.
yeah, this is where you form your equation. This is an important part. So if I say the perimeter of a rectangle with length 2x and width 5x is 14, so how will you form the equation? Wait. This is 2x cm. Never mind, I just make it all to meter. Don't want to confuse you. 2x meter, 5x meter. I mean 5 meter it is 14 meter. So you can imagine a rectangle, then you try to form an equation. So what equation will you get? Ishan also, if you can understand. Last part is just solving an equation only. Yeah, then that's done already. First subtopic, okay. Already. Okay, so what equation can you get?
I think you should take picture.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically you plus all the values, then you see what equation can you get.
The 14m is what?
Huh?
14m.
14m? No 14. That's the perimeter.
The total.
It's 14 meter, guys.
Okay.
Perimeter means you plus peri. Peri
The
is
platypus.
Perry the platypus. He's the Johnny Sins of Cartoon Network. So it's everything. So you plus.
Yeah. So what you get?
Oh, you just
5
remember
plus
Perry
2.
with P, what? The P, right? Perimeter means plus.
So 5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2.
2x, not 2, remember?
2x.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see.
Oh,
Sorry.
2x.
Yeah. So then you just solve like 2x plus 2x, you will get 4x.
4x.
Then you plus 5, 10 equals 14.
10.
Yeah, this is your
Oh.
linear. 4x plus 10 is 14. So that's how you form it. Usually at maths also sometimes give this kind of clues. They'll say like a wire is bent around something, then total wire use is 80. So this is the concept, perimeter. You plus everything and then you form your
You can remember in two ways lah. Perry the platypus, you also know. Or P, that is plus. You can see perimeter go start with P, right? So you can remember plus.
Okay, so next one is the basic solving only. This is the last part of the subtopic already. There's an equation for you to solve. Then it should be okay already. Some we go basic question. No?
We are this close, guys, for in Percuban, guys. We all can do it together.
No, the only both of you can do it. Maybe yours is okay.
No. All of us can do it together, comrade. We are all one nation.
You must start doing a lot of exercises like especially and maths, then only can.
That's why I must start with 100 meter pentathlon, 200 meter pentathlon, 400 meter pentathlon.
Now it's already the final 200 meters already.
No, 400. 800 meter. No,
So yeah, this is the equation. Hey, wait, I must snap. So this one just find the value of x. This one you can find then okay. First subtopic is okay. Things are very basic lah. So tell me your x value and then.
Must be like first take 5x times with x, then the 5 times x, 5 times with -4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shansu. Right.
One
So
more
it is
analogy, right? Got one analogy I have. You see a bracket, right? You think it's like a block, like some blocking the fire, right? So how you want to take the fire to the other side? You must shoot it, lah. You shoot to everything on the block. Shoot to x, shoot to 4 means you times. It's like a block. Means you shoot like what you say, like cannon. You fire the what? The bullet, something like that. Then
British.
X equals to 9.
okay, wait, I never solved it. Okay, let me see. 4x 36. Yeah, correct. Ishan can get the same answer, right? Can, huh?
Wait, Abu.
Roti ban.
Go and buy, lah.
Okay, planta ban.
Wait, how we get the 36? The 20 plus with
16.
20 plus with 16.
20 plus with 16, yeah.
And then the 5x and x we minus.
Yeah, because x here is positive, right? So when you bring to the other side,
Oh.
you come minus x shift here.
Oh, so 4x equals
Yeah.
36,
X
x
is
equals
9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now the surprise thing is the 9 minutes left. So the surprise thing is, remember that question I sent to you?
Which one?
Which one, huh?
Wait, I show, huh? Because I said pop quiz, what?
That one.
This one. So in this 9 minutes, you are going to solve it. Something like a small thing, lah. This one, the one I put the dot. Short one only. So you can just like PM me your answer lah once you get it. I think you all can do functions, right?
Yeah.
Ishan, okay, huh?
I don't know.
You just put just try to attempt any answer. If
This
any
is
of the
many to one,
you
right?
don't know, just leave it blank.
Oh, this many to one, right?
Huh? Don't
Ishan.
tell the answer, eh?
Oh.
Many to 1.
This is pop quiz. I'll leave you so do on your own, then you send. Don't like reveal the answers or anything.
Oh, okay. I got it in my mind already.
Hey, yo. Don't put your answer in the group, later everyone will know already.
It's easy, guys.
You just type out the answer for me loudly, just like private message. No need to show on paper also. But if you got paper, then you write.
Boon, I go eat food can.
Hmm?
I go eat dinner first can. Come. I go eat.
Okay.
What time you finish 6:30?
Yeah, 5 more minutes only.
I know how to do this if I forgot.
Can do, Aishan.
I know
Come,
how
I
to
show
do
you.
it, but
I show you how to do.
Cannot show yet, Aldi. Let them try first.
Yeah. Come on, Boon. You can't be so take. Wait. Okay.
Now I let them attempt first, then we show.
Okay. But I just share my screen now. No answers yet.
Yeah.
is it like what? -1, +1, 0, 0, +1, 2, and 16?
They ask
Wrong,
range, right? Range means it's the other side.
Oh, that means
That's the clue, lah.
Range is like what, Boon?
Give other example. Don't give for this example, like different situation.
Oh, how you can see here? Oh, yeah, write it clearly. Oh my god. Should have since my
If others can do, you can send me your answer, Aldi.
Okay.
This one you take from where?
Huh?
So you take from the
Textbook.
okay. You sure?
Textbook lah.
You writing the answers or what?
Let me get back to my desktop. Sorry. I have a different desktop. What is answers, huh?
You already actually wrote the answer. Padang.
Oh my god, this question is so same with the other question, huh?
Am I rub it off?
Okay.
When
Is that
I
the one
read the
answer?
answer, I don't know how to do this.
Alright, guys, I will teach you all.
Is
Come,
that the answer?
Boon, come
wait,
now, Boon. Come, Boon. You must help. See, Boon,
Wait,
easy villain, no, Boon. You're making us suffer. All.
No, it's just like the feel of a test, lah. That's it.
Okay, guys, I'll show you all something very common, lah. Okay, this one is your chapter 1 from 4 and maths. Basically, this one question will come out, and this type of same question will come out. So, what you need to know is you need to know what are the relations. Okay. Secondly, you need to know the range. Yes, here they say. And the third thing, you know how to do an equation, how to like substitute and eliminate something. Not substitute only to get the value. Okay, these three things you amalkan, you can get chapter 1 ready. Okay, I'll show to you all. Okay. Now in this, when you come to chapter 1, this chapter 1 from 4, I mean it's not a killer thing or what lah. This chapter 1 from 4, you need to know one thing basic is the range. This one. One thing is the range. So there's range means what? No. Range, range means like y, x, y, all right.
Range is basically whatever on the y-axis.
Okay. So that is your first must put bracket, right, Boon?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So what is the range? So 0, 116, right, Boon?
Then why are you telling the answers?
No, I want to show lah. Range is like this. The y. Okay, y value. All the y value you put here. Any y value that got the arrow, you put. If no arrow, let's just say 1 in that question don't have arrow. Like 1, no arrow to 1, the other one. So that 1 cannot be a range. So you cannot put inside. And then the secondly is when they ask relation. Relation means what, you know? If there is many arrows, if let's
Don't
just
tell for this question, they tell generally.
okay, let's just say if there is like one, okay, let's just say this is like that. So if this like that, kena like that, this is 1 to 1. You can see 1 to 1.
Well, that means if there's like other arrows as well pointing to one number, it's
Yes. One
many
to
to
many.
one.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
many to 1, correct.
Yeah.
Many to 1. Got it? So that is the
Oh,
answer,
okay.
That's the answer. Sorry, Bowen.
So
Sorry.
it can only be one to one or many to one.
No, okay, it's very open. There's 1 to many to 1, 1 to 1.
There's many to one to
Okay.
one, and
1 to many. Okay, like this. This is 1 to 1. This one
Mhm.
is many to 1. Many to 1 is like this. So here,
many pointing is just one number.
like that. This is many to 1. Okay. 1 to many is like that. 1 to many is like
One
this.
is pointing to all the others.
But basically, the other two, right? The one to many and many to many, you won't need to know in this chapter because that one is actually not a function. That's why they don't explain it here. Only many to one and one to one is a function. Because of the back part, they say something to one. One is the keyword.
This 1 to 1. This
Means
is
usually there's only two options.
many, many to 1. You're copying what I'm doing, right?
Yep.
Alright. This is
Ours, how? Okay.
Yeah.
Solve everything already.
Not yet.
Which question you're doing now?
Doing from the first question.
Which number?
okay, guys. The third one is that normal equation. They ask image, right? Image
The B
means
one.
y.
Okay,
Image
yeah.
means y.
B1.
Object means x. You got it? Image means y. Object means x. Okay. You understand, right?
Can understand.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what you need for all these questions. Already has explained already. All the concepts are there.
Yes, I go first.
Step number
Go
3.
and help my parents first. I see you all next weekend.
Yeah, can.
See you, Ishan. So Ishan, you copy what this one, huh? You already
Okay,
copy.
then over.
You already copy, right, Ishan? Alright. Horace already copy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they already picture. Stop
Oh.
share first.
Ciao first, Mike.
Hey, picture.
Picture.
Must take picture. Oh,
Yo, my photo very nice.
come on, Aldi, open the cam. Yes, good. Good. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so both of you try those questions, no? And then send to me your answers. Okay.
Alright, guys. I go first, guys. See you, Ishan. See you, Horace. See you, Bowen.
Okay.
Bye, guys.